Hi, Peter Charles here, Hooked Fly Fly Fishing, and the Courier just dropped something off. I've never done an unboxing video before. Well, this will be a first. It's my IMX-PRO, Loomis IMX-PRO 10-foot 2/8 Euro nymphing rod. And I got it just in time for our season opening up in April. So, let's get this thing open and take a look. Of course, I probably can't get the box open. There's a trick to it. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay, we have a fabric tube, plastic, with a fabric covering, zipper top, and we got some foam in there. And let's take, oh yeah, should mention that the end has the labeling on it so you know what it is. There's our warranty card. And a nice looking sock as usual. And there we go. 4-piece design as usual. And this is a 2/8 rod, and you can see it's got a fighting butt on it. So let's look at the upper sections first. Now you'll notice it has single foot guides. It's a 10-foot rod. If you've got snake guides, it adds extra weight and a smidge more stiffness. It takes away a little bit from the sensitivity. So using single foot guides is going to make this a lot lighter construction overall for a 10-foot rod. You're going to notice it in 10 foot. You'll notice the finish, sort of a matte charcoal. Again, important. If you're Euro nymphing, you've got the rod way out here, and you know the fish can see the rod tip in clear water. Even in moderately clear water, they'll probably see it. So you don't want a shiny cherry red or lime green. You want something that is going to be less flashy and a little bit more stealthy. So plain gray, dark gray, matte finish, perfect. You've got the single stripper guide. Yeah, just one stripper guide on it. Now the handle's interesting. It's a very different design than you normally see. Sort of almost like it's not really a half wells in a traditional sense, but then this is not a dry fly rod. This is going to be held at your arm distance like this. So it's very important that this part be relatively thin in relationship to the rest of the handle. Just think of the way that sits in your hand. So I'm going to put this together. I've got a reel here, and we're going to see how it balances off. This is a Danielsson 5/8. It's loaded up with line and backing. It's 6.6 ounces or 189 grams, something like that. I'm going from memory here, so bear with me if I'm not quite right, but it's in that ballpark. So we'll see what happens when we put this together. I'll try not to hit the rod on all my tools and everything else that's over there. So give me a minute. Okay, let's see where this thing balances. Look at that, perfect. Now, you're wondering why that's important, but I'll turn sideways like this. We're going to be holding this rod out at quite an angle when we're fishing. And look where that fighting butt goes. It goes right here on your forearm. So that, along with that beautiful balance point, means that this is going to be very light, low fatigue rod to fish over the course of a day. You know, when I'm holding it out like that, it doesn't feel like a 10-foot rod at all. And, you know, that fighting butt just bounces on the forearm like that, and you can barely, you know, a couple of fingers will do enough to hold it. So this is going to be a low fatigue rod to fish over the course of a day. So you've got, it's also a downlock reel seat. Very unusual in today's world. We all are in love with our oplucks. I'm not, but I'm an old throwback, all right? I like downlock seats. And look what we got, a downlock seat. What that does is it moves your reel as far back as possible, which improves the balance. So we got a lovely balance point right here. Perfect. Absolute perfect. 6.6 ounces. All right, 189 grams or 188 grams. So that's what you're aiming for if you want to balance on this 10-foot 2-weight Euro nymphing rod. So as soon as the season opens up, I'm going to take this little rod out. We're going to see what we can do with it. I picked the 2-8 over the 3, even though the 3 is 6 inches longer, because my streams are 1 fly only. So I'm not casting 2 or even 3 flies that have weight, which make it easy to cast. So the 2-weight makes it much easier to cast a single fly. So that's what we're going to do. It's not going to be the 4th Saturday in April, and of course it depends on conditions and everything else. But hopefully somewhere in the early weeks of May we'll get out, we'll get some footage of this rod on the water in action with this setup here and this reel, and we'll see what we can do with it. So there we go, unboxing the Loomis IMX-PRO Euro nymphing 10-foot 2-weight. Cheers.
Fish. Good one.